Namaste to all. I made this video a couple of days back in Tamil, and many people have requested to make this video in English also. That Rishi in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad beautifully explains about the Punarjanma, or how the next birth happens and what happens before a person's death. Normally we know what happens, we have seen it, we have witnessed it, but when we listen it from the Upanishad, it is further useful for all of us to link it, and also some more secrets Rishi has given, which is definitely useful for all of us. So I will try my best to convey it in English. It's difficult to convey in English what is conveyed in Tamil already, but I will try my best. So here the Rishi says, Sa yatra ayam atma abhalyam. This is the time of death. Somebody is going to die. That means this shloka and the next 2-3 shlokas is applicable for those who die naturally. Like they take birth and then they go through adulthood, then aged, then finally they die a natural death. For these people, these shlokas are applicable. These shlokas are not applicable for those people, like somebody is walking on the road and then suddenly a truck comes and hits him and he dies, or there are thousands of people dying out of tsunami or cyclone or earthquake, etc., etc. This shloka is not applicable for them. But the process of the death, I will explain to you the third shloka, that is common for all the people basically. So here the Rishi says, Saha yatra ayam atma. Atma here means Jivatma. Atma actually has a deeper meaning. It is called as Atma because it is holding the body. Jivatma is holding the body. Please understand, the body is non-alive. Why it is called as Atma? The body is non-alive. The body is made out of Panchabhutas. The body is made out of air, water, earth, etc., etc., fire, etc. These are non-alive matters. Because these are non-alive, the body is non-alive. The human body appears to be alive because of the presence of Jivatma inside it. So Jivatma is holding the body, but at the time of death, what happens is what Rishi is saying, Abhalyam. Because of the power of Jivatma, there is a bal, there is a Shakti, there is a power in the body. I am able to speak because of the presence of Jivatma inside, or presence of me inside this body. So Abhalyam means the power which was functioning, it is getting weaker. It is so weak that it is not able to function at all. And further it says, Asammoham iva. It is as if that body is appearing, although already it is dead. There is no life left in the body. The power that was present from the Jivatma towards the body is withdrawn by the Jivatma. So here the Rishi says, Tejo matraha. The Tej, I am able to speak because of the presence of prana inside me. Anybody is able to digest the food, or the body functions because of the prana system inside the body. But the prana is non-alive matter. The mind is non-alive matter. The intellect is non-alive matter. Everything is non-alive. It appears to be alive. The mind functions as if it is alive matter because of withdrawing the power from the Jivatma. Tejo matra, the Tej, the power, it is taking from Jivatma. So at the time of death, just before death, the reverse process happens. That means Jivatma starts withdrawing all its power back to itself. It has lent it out to the Indriya, to the mind, to the prana system. The Jivatma withdraws it back. And it withdraws in such a way, like example, my Acharya always says, in the wakeful state, a person's Jivatma is in the left eye, where you may see it as a right because it's a front camera. So the left eye is where the Jivatma resides when we are awake. When we are sleeping, the Jivatma is in the heart when it is a deep sleep, or the Jivatma is in the throat when we are dreaming. So when we are awake, the Jivatma is here. Because of the presence of Jivatma, all the outward activities are happening. I am able to see, I am able to hear, I am able to touch, I am able to smell, etc., etc. All this Shakti slowly vanishes away, means the Shakti returns back to Jivatma, and the Jivatma slowly resides inside the Hridaya Hakash, inside the heart. It moves towards the heart basically. So the Rishi says, what happens is that person actually appears to be dead, and all his relatives will come to see him. The neighbors will come and see, oh, your father is like this, oh, your mother is like this, oh, your grandfather is like this. They will start speaking, and somebody will tell, Rishi says, Eki bhavati na pashyati iti ahuhu. Ahuhu means these people will talk like this. See, he is not seeing. I am waving my hand, he is not seeing. Na jignati, he is not smelling. Na rasyate, see, the daughter is saying, I gave him milk, he is not able to taste it. I gave him food, I gave him rasam, I gave him sambar, he is not able to understand the taste. These are the things which the people will talk. That's what Rishi says. And then na vadati, he is not able to talk. He is not able to na manya, na vijanati, he is not able to recognize anything. Na sprishayati, not able to, he is not able to touch also, or somebody is touching him, he is not able to recognize. Na manute, he is not able to think. So that is the situation when we are about to die. This is not this is known to everybody. It's not that the Upanishad is saying this jnana, but this is known to everyone. But the Upanishad further goes one step forward and says, this is the stage where the Jivatma resides in, or it travels towards the Hridaya Akasha, and from that point of Hridaya, the Jivatma escapes out of the human body. How it escapes? It escapes because the Sutratma Vayu, there is a Vayu, there is a air called, it's not air, it's called as Vayu. The translation of Vayu is not air in English. There cannot be a good translation of Vayu, but the Sutratma Vayu, which is present everywhere, it is like an electric field. It grabs the Jivatma from the human body and takes it away from the Hridaya Akash through any of the holes in the body. There are 9 primary holes in our body, and there are n number of holes. Everywhere there is, like in the skin, there are so many holes. From any of the holes in the body, the Jivatma can escape. The Rishi says, what happens at this point of time, apart from the Jivatma going out, the prana also goes out of the, along with the soul, the prana also will go, the Indri Shakti also will go, and further 3 things will go, which is most important for us. That is the Brahma Vidya, which we must understand from Upanishad. Those 3 things are Vidya, Karma, Purva Prajna. What travels with us is Vidya. Vidya means whatever knowledge we have learnt from our Acharya, who is a Samadhist yogi. If he is a Samadhist yogi, if we learn from our Acharya by serving him, that knowledge is called as Vidya. That knowledge is called as Vedas. So the Vedas knowledge will travel along with the Jivatma. This has to be understood. If you are expert in Bhagavad Gita, if you are expert in Quran, if you are expert in Bible, if you are expert in business, economics, market studies, statistics, trigonometry, algebra, Einstein theory of relativity, Newton gravitational law, this will not travel. Nahi nahi rakshati dukriya karane, says Adi Shankaracharya. Nothing will travel with you to protect you. Nahi nahi rakshati. Even the most profound Sanskrit scholar, that Sanskrit knowledge will not travel with the Jivatma. The Vedic knowledge will travel. Please understand, Vedas and Sanskrit are different. Sanskrit knowledge means it's a language. It's a language skill. Vedas knowledge is a realized knowledge, realized thing. So Vedas knowledge, whatever you learn from an Acharya and you implement, for example, you do everyday Agnihotra, you worship Almighty God by adopting Vedas knowledge, that knowledge will travel with you. But nothing else will travel with you. If I am like a super high, intelligent businessman, my business skills will not travel with me to the next Janma. This is what Rishi says. Vidya, Karma. All my karmas, the good deeds, the bad deeds, whatever I have done in this life, people can do good deeds even without the Vedic knowledge. Many people are doing, for example, you are serving a person who is extremely poor and then he is dying. You are giving him food, you are giving him water. There is a cyclone that is happening in Chennai, or that happened recently. You bring 100 people to your home and then give them food and shelter. This is a pious deed for sure. So the result of this pious deed will be happiness for sure. So those pious deeds, the karma will travel with you. And you do so many ashubh karma from throughout the day. We don't worship Almighty God. We don't know who is Almighty God. We worship other gods in place of the Almighty God. This is the ashubh karma, or the papa, the sins. These karma also will travel with the Jivatma. And the third one is Purva Prajna. Very, very important. The Samaskaras. Our mind. Mind is basically let's say a juice of all the sanskaras. Mind has got every impressions within it. So if I am like example in this Janma, if I am having excessive anger within me, I shout at every person, everything, then this sanskara will travel with me, and because of this habit, my next birth will be like a crocodile. I get so much extreme anger, or like a lion, or like a snake. Or in this Janma I am totally sensuous. I have extreme high sexual desire. I am totally a sensual person. The next Janma birth will happen accordingly. I will be born as a pig or such animal which is always involved in sexual activities. So this is called as Purva Prajna. Our sanskara, sometimes we say, right, he's shouting like a dog, he's shouting like we will say some animal name and say, see, he eats like an elephant. This is because of his sanskaras. He probably was an elephant in the previous birth, we don't know. That sanskaras will travel. That is called as Purva Prajna. So along with the Jivatma, these three things definitely will travel. Rest, nothing will go with us. The amount of time we spend to nurture our body, we spend money to do makeup for us. We go to makeup shops, we buy so many different makeup, different design, different shoes, different I want to dress myself so that I look attractive. Like I have 6 packs, 8 packs. All these things will not travel with me because this is non-alive. We must spend so much effort only which is needed to sustain our body. The rest of the effort we must spend to nurture our Jivatma towards Vidya, towards Vedas, towards Acharya Seva, towards Shubh Karma, towards Sanskaras. That's what we should spend our maximum effort. This is what Rishi is indirectly giving the knowledge. And we cannot understand this knowledge if we don't listen from any Acharya. If we listen from Acharya, we can understand this knowledge. Because when you read this shloka, you cannot relate this kind of knowledge. Please understand that. So I have listened from my Acharya, I am trying to explain to you. And lastly, this is the last shloka. This is applicable for everybody. A person dying suddenly due to a heart attack, he is going to a walking and suddenly some truck comes and hits him, he dies. 1,000 people suddenly dies due to a bomb blast. For everyone, the third shloka is applicable. The third shloka here, Rishi says beautifully how the Jivatma leaves the body, or at what condition it leaves the body, or what is the situation. He is giving a beautiful example. You would have gone to a place where the river is running, or place where there is water is there, like a pond or a small lake. If you have gone, even flowing river also, if you have gone to the shore, there will be that place where there is no flowing of water. The water is stagnant there. So in that place there are so many leaf or so much of green. There will be some wood floating, etc. You would have seen, right? There, if you have observed, there will be small ants or small kind of some insects. Those, if you carefully observe how they move, they are like, there is a leaf and this leaf is in the water, and they will travel from one leaf to another leaf. There are 2 leaves and in between there is water. So the ant, what happens, it comes from here to here. It cannot go in water. So what it does is it carefully keeps the 2 legs to the next branch or the next leaf or the next wood. After gripping firmly the next 2, its legs on the next branch or next leaf, after understanding, so I will not fall into the water, the ant will throw away or take away the legs, the behind 2 legs, and come to this leaf. You would have observed it. This is what is the process of Jivatma going from one body to another body. Rishi says means after the next birth is firmly established based on our karmas by the power of Almighty God, then only I will leave this human body. Even suppose I am not in the age of death, for example, but even and I am walking, suddenly something happens to me or a heart attack comes to me, my Jivatma will leave my body after my next birth is finalized by the power of God at that moment. So this is what happens at the time of death. My next body, just like that ant or that insect, is firmly gripping the next leaf, and then the previous leaf it will just throw away, means it will cross that leaf. Similarly, at the time of death, my next birth is already fixed. Either it could be human birth, or it could be animal birth, or it could be plant birth, or it could be insect birth, or it could be virus birth, or germs or bacteria, any birth, fungus. It could be anything based on my karmas by the power of Almighty God. But after that is fixed only, this body is gone. So what happens is, I am throwing away from the body. I have spent my 99% of my time to maintain this body, but I just throw away and then go to the next body. The Jivatma does not know it. The Rishi is giving the knowledge. You understand this body is so temporary that you will throw away. You will go to next birth based on your karmas. Why you are spending so much of time to your body? Why you are nurturing your body so much that it is going to be ever alive? Please understand this secret is what Rishi is indirectly hinting. And Rishi further says that the moment it leaves the previous body, the body is useless. The body is thrown. The body is burnt in the fire. So the focus is always should be on the Jivatma, not on the body. This we must clearly understand. And further, lastly, the Rishi says, when it goes to the next mother's womb, it could be human body, it could be animal body, whatever it is. At that point of time, this Jivatma does not know anything. It does not know that I was a great businessman. I knew so much thing in my previous birth. Nothing it will remember. So it will go to next birth. And next birth also, if it is not tapasvi, if it is not learning Vedas, if it is not worshipping Almighty God as per Vedic marg, again and again this cycle of birth and death will continue, endlessly continue until and otherwise we attain moksha. So this is very, very important for all of us to understand that we cannot escape the birth and death cycle unless and otherwise we adopt the Vedas. Even if I am talking to you, I am not a Vedic philosopher. I am not a Vedic scholar. I am also a normal human being like you. Maybe I have a little bit like 0.5% extra knowledge which I have learned from my Acharya. I am trying to explain. But when it comes to daily activities, I also spend so much of time towards the body like you, like everybody. So this shloka, when I speak and when I read, it is not only for you, it is also for me. When I speak in the video, it gets a revision for me that I should focus on me, not on my body. I should leave the Moh Mamta, because neither my kids, nor my wife, nor my parents, no one will come to me, come with me in the next birth. Only I am going to travel alone, leaving all these things here. Even the body is thrown by myself. My own body is thrown by myself and I go to the next body. So what to speak about my relations? So this is the learning what we must understand when we read Upanishads. Otherwise, Upanishads is of no value. Just for understanding, there is no value of Upanishads. We must link to our life and then start focus towards worship and Acharya Seva. I hope you understood. I tried to convey the message what I spoke in Tamil. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.